That is so
and the carrot outside the bag?
undone. I'm telling you, that has got to be super raw.
You don't like the skin, take it off, and then season your meat. So we get into the meat.
That is not good poultry cookery whatsoever. Like, I don't have anything redeeming to say about it. Chef Brian Tsao here, not your typical chef, and today I'm gonna be reacting to Cooking with Jack McCormick Bag and Season food product review. Before I go on with today's episode, I do want to give a shout out to all of my amazing sous chef level patrons. Guys, thank you so much for your support. You, along with all the patrons, really do make a difference on this channel. And remember, by becoming a patron, you get to take advantage of some awesome perks like early access to new episodes, but more importantly, patron exclusive content, like this episode where I reacted to Jacques Pepin's pho or Sam the Cooking Guy's Popeye's fried chicken sandwiches. There is so much more to come. Be sure to visit the link in the description below and become a patron today. This is the second Cooking with Jack video I've ever reacted to. This comes highly requested after that disaster of a stew. Football, finger food, shrimp, and fruit. Okay, I'm a little confused because I picked this video because I was under the impression this is the one where he eats raw chicken. That many of you had mentioned that in the comments of the last Cooking with Jack video, the Uncle Roger Reacts to Cooking with Jack video I did. I don't see any mention of chicken, so now I'm a little confused.
We are cooking like fiends. That's right, we're going crazy in the kitchen on the Cooking with Jack show. One recipe after another. Guess what's coming soon?
I do see a chicken back there. I see the McCormick bag, so I'm pretty sure I got the right video. Just an observation, I didn't notice this in the last video. Is his kitchen in his laundry room, or is his laundry room in his kitchen?
Chilies, soups, and stews. So if you got anything special, anything unique, you got a turtle soup recipe?
Don't wait, what? Turtle soup? First of all, he brought up stew, and I'm having PTSD right now. I don't want any more stews from Jack. I do commend him on wanting to reduce food waste, but I'm not a fan of his stews.
Right now, though, we're doing a product review. It's called Bag and Season. Bag and Season original
included.
chicken.
No MSG, no artificial flavors. Okay, original chicken. So this is very similar to shake and bake. That's what was popular when I was a kid. My mom never did shake and bake. But anyway, these are bag seasonings, and it's just a mixture of a bunch of seasonings. Maybe this one's more garlic focused. Maybe there's another one that's more like Italian herb focused, whatever it is, but it's just a bunch of seasonings. This probably contains a lot of salt. You'll know by looking at the ingredients label on the package. Just so you know, they are always labeled by the greatest quantity ingredient to the smallest quantity ingredient. So generally these seasonings are mostly salt. Then, like, you'll notice towards the end of the ingredients label that it's like a lot of food colorings or preservatives of names you can barely pronounce. But anyway, just a little fun fact about it.
Somebody asked if I would review it. It's from McCormick, who does lots of seasoning. So we're gonna see if it's any good, and I'm gonna put it side by side. So I'm gonna do half a chicken in this, and then another half a chicken in my regular gourmet seasoning that I have, the best gourmet seasoning you'll ever taste, and we're gonna see if there's a difference. I'm not looking to say mine's better than this. That's not why we're doing this. I'm just doing a lazy season with mine on chicken in a pan, and then using their bag and seasoning and seeing if it's moisture, if it has a good flavor.
Moisture.
I'll let you know if this is good.
I do that all the time in my videos where I'll say like it's more tastier or like it's more saltier, and every time I see that when I review the edits, it just drives me nuts.
Once again, we're not here to knock this. We're here to see if it's good. Oh, it looks like there's 2 pouches. Okay, you go. You cut here.
Okay, I'm pretty sure one pouch is the bag.
Up front. See, there's 2 cuts. You cut that, and you cut this for the seasoning. Okay. All right, so let's open this up carefully.
Thought it was bag and season. Put the chicken in the bag and then the season. Okay, all right, whatever. No, not whatever. It's supposed to be, basically this is a rip-off of shake and bake. You put the protein into the bag, you pour the seasoning into the bag so you don't lose any seasoning. Kind of defeated the purpose, but all right, sure thing, Jack.
Get in there.
And you just got a plate dirty for no reason. You could have avoided cleaning one dish. You know, in the pro kitchen, that's a lot. You can save time. You save it, and you just wasted it. You never get that time back. Look at all that wasted seasoning.
In between the chicken, move that over. Even the chicken, I'm gonna put some celery in there.
Oh, are you cooking it in the bag?
Carrots.
Oh no!
There we go. Nice and tight.
Is that how
And
you
then it says
do
just-
it? Is that how shake and bake was too? Holy shit! I thought you like shake it up and then put it out on the tray because now this is gonna steam in the bag. I don't know if that's an oven grade bag, so it can be cooked in the bag, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to take it out. Again, I've never used these products before, so I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments, but please don't tell me he's gonna cook it in the bag in the oven. I don't think oven, like bakeable bags are pure plastic like this. Like there's a layer of wax paper on. I'm so confused right now.
4 little holes, so I'm gonna snip 4 little holes.
You do cook it in the bag.
We're gonna do the best gourmet seasoning you'll ever taste.
Damn,
how
he
I
is not
normally would do
shy.
it.
He's like, this is the best. That's a bold statement to say. Put in some onion, that'd be mirepoix right there, foundation of Western cooking.
If you're just doing the chicken in the bag recipe, 350 degrees for 30 minutes, 2.5 pounds of chicken that's seasoned with some vegetables. I'm gonna cook a little longer because I'm putting them side by side, so it's gonna take longer to cook.
Okay, shit. Wow, it is getting cooked in the bag. All right, I can tell you right now that bag in season is going to look like shit when it comes out of the oven. That bag is trapping all the moisture. And you would say, hey, Chef Brian, isn't that a good thing? Isn't moist protein a good thing? Yes, it is. But that skin is going to be gross. And it's going to be sitting in its own juices, which would be a good thing. Maybe if he did that and then seared it on the pan to get the skin crispy. But a product like that is designed for someone who needs to make dinner very quickly at home. But honestly, I think that's just a marketing ploy to sell a product because honestly, you can just buy a jar of seasoning without the bag, dust your protein, whatever it is, and bake it in the oven on a tray, and that's it. And to me, you will have a far superior product, and it'll be a lot easier because you don't have to mess with the bag and all that. Granted, you're gonna have to clean the tray, but you're still gonna have to clean the tray even if it's in this bag. It's gonna come out of the oven, it's gonna look anemic as hell, and then his is gonna look better because it was out in the open on a tray in the oven. The moisture wasn't trapped, so it wasn't steamed. Not to say steaming is a bad cooking technique. It's just if you're going for that roast chicken flavor, you have to leave it open in the oven so that the moisture can release as it's cooking, and then it concentrates the flavor, and you hopefully get a somewhat of a crispy skin.
You want to?
Okay, I mean, looks a bit anemic. He said he was cooking at 300 something, so that's kind of expected to see that kind of color on it. If he went in harder or maybe finished it with the broiler, he would have gotten some color on it. But if you're feeding this to your children, if you're feeding this for your family, it's perfectly acceptable, totally fine. If you serve this to a food critic, you're gonna get torn apart. Or a chef.
So we're gonna let this sit for about 5 minutes.
Okay, he's letting it rest. Okay. Oof.
Gonna cut this open. Wow. Okay, I can tell you right now, I haven't even cut it open yet. There's steam coming out.
Yes, because it came out of the oven.
Seasoning, though, is definitely smelling good.
I'm sure it smells good.
Take a look. I have to say, this looks more attractive than that.
Marginally.
So we will see in a few moments.
Marginally.
Okay,
I
so
can
let's
tell
cut
you
it.
right now, though, look at how plump. When you're cooking in the professional kitchen, there's always this debate. I see it all the time when I mention it on the videos. I see it mentioned all the time in the comments where I say, when you're cooking a steak in the professional kitchen, you go by touch. And people are like, oh, I don't get that. That doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. That comes with experience. But another thing that comes with experience when you're doing particularly, well, really any product, but particularly protein, is you have to pay attention to how the protein has changed during the cooking process. I know that sounds obvious, but what I'm talking about is like the little minute details. Look at how plump and fat this chicken is. When you cook a steak or you cook a beef patty or you cook a piece of chicken, the more you cook it, what happens? The more it shrinks down. This is still looking very similar to its original size, which tells me, and I already know this because you guys mentioned it in the comments, that this is still going to be very much pink inside and probably have bloody bones. Okay. Now I do want to mention that to kill salmonella, you have to reach, let's just simplify it. It can get a little bit more complex, but basically you have to hit 165 degrees. It'll kill salmonella. If you have it at like 160 degrees and sustain it at that temperature for a certain period of time, that'll kill salmonella, so on and so forth. There's a threshold to that, but let's just say 165 degrees. If you cook a piece of chicken to exactly 165 degrees, it is actually still has a pink hue to it. We've become so accustomed to nuking our chicken to death to remove any signs of pink, when in actuality, again, to kill off salmonella exactly 165 degrees, there will be a slight hue of pink on the flesh. Going back to this chicken, I can tell right now it's underdone just by how plump and fat it is. And yes, the McCormick bag and shake, I know I'm going on, but I just want to get this last point out. I know that McCormick bag and shake was in a bag, and that, you know, that trapped moisture, that's gonna cause it to be a little plumper looking than what was left out on a tray. But I can tell you right now, just from experience, that's not cooked enough. I'm sure many of you out there can as well, with the pink juice coming out of the leg. And if you look at the McCormick one, the leg bone, it's very much still very pink over there. And that's because that is an opening where blood and marrow can come out, and it's still very raw.
Oh, you can see the juice gushing right out? Let's pull the skin back and show you.
Yep. Underdone.
See how moist that is? The juice is running, right?
I agree, it's juicy, but it still needs to cook a little more. Like I said, cooking to exactly 165 degrees will have a slight pink hue, but this is still like way underdone.
Cut a piece of that right off.
You could not serve that at a restaurant. They will send it right back to you, and the customer will freak the fuck out. That's definitely better. Way better. You know, as I mentioned, being in a bag, trapping the moisture, it's going to keep the moisture in the protein. Eventually, if you keep cooking it, it will start to shrink down. My point exactly is shown right here, but I still think it's underdone. Woo-hoo.
Look how juicy it is. Look at the pool. Oh, look at that. That's great. This did a great job. That's a lot of juice.
Oh my God.
Didn't cook well right there, so I'm not going to eat that. See how that is? That's when you cut in and you test your meat. Shouldn't be red like that. This is okay to try, though, so I'm going to try this piece here.
Oh, boy. Shit. All right. I hate punching down on people, and I'm trying really hard not to right now. That is terrible poultry cookery. And for him to say that that is good or delicious or perfect is way off the mark. Now, I will say this. There are places that eat, like in Japan in particular, I know for fact, and I've seen it at culinary school at the CIA, Culinary Institute of America, not the Central Intelligence Agency. There was some Japanese chefs that came by that breed their own chickens, and they did a demonstration of chicken sashimi, chicken tartare, and stuff like that. And these are all chickens that they breed and raise themselves in very specific conditions so that you don't have an issue with salmonella. It's pretty like widely known. I did not go to that particular demonstration, but you heard all about it all over school. So I know it is possible to eat raw chicken product, okay? But it has to be raised a very specific way. I mean, listen, many of you eat sunny side up eggs. Many of you eat mayonnaise, which use raw eggs. So every time you eat that stuff, you are opening yourself up to potential salmonella poisoning, okay? So it's not as common as you think it is. I think people just freak the fuck out about it, because if you do get it, you do get very sick. But that is not good poultry cookery whatsoever. Like I don't have anything redeeming to say about it. Sorry, Jack.
If there's a spot of red in your chicken, when you cut into it, literally 1 minute in the microwave, boof, just pops it right out. It'll cook it the rest of the way. It won't dry it out. That's a good tip. I promise you it'll work. And don't panic. It's not a big deal.
That's
okay?
true. Or you can just cook it right the first time.
Let's try this one first. I'm going to try the McCormick one, which is...
Oh, sorry.
Here we go.
How many times has he done this, eating raw chicken on camera? Yeah, that is going to be moist. Yeah, I'm sure with the seasoning, it's going to taste fine, but
moist.
It's undercooked, man.
Very good. Very good. All right, I'm going to try the celery real quick. perfect.
Steamed with seasoning. I'm sure it's not going to be bad.
Okay, now I'm going to try mine. Mine has a big puddle. It's not dripping. A lot of moisture, though, still. But I think the McCormick bag held a lot of that moisture in. That's really cool.
Yeah, it did, because it was steaming it.
Just as good.
I am 99% sure the McCormick came out better than his. You just can't say it on camera. Look at how pink that is.
Don't know why.
That is so
And the carrot outside the bag?
undone. I'm telling you, the part right between the leg bone and the thigh bone meat, I'm telling you that has got to be super raw.
Last test. I'm going to take a piece of the skin. Because that's where most of the flavoring is. If you don't like the skin, take it off. And then season your meat. So we get into the meat.
Fucking, okay. Oh, fat and seasoning's always gonna taste good, but that texture is gonna be fucking gross. Okay, it's steamed chicken skin with some spice on it. No. Oh, it's so gross.
All right, that's good. This is a major success. The McCormick, what is it, the chicken season bag? Is that what it's called?
Oh.
Yeah. Get one of those. I think it was like $1 and change. But wow, a lot of flavor, a lot of moisture. Throw veggies in there. I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.
Where was the shrimp quesadilla? I am so confused. Football finger food. Was this just an editing mistake? What's going on? No, I'm sorry. Not well executed at all. There's not much redeeming about it. It's a product review. If I was doing this product review, I would tell you don't use it. Just fucking put it in. Just get whatever seasoning and put it into a oven, a baking tray. I can't speak. Put it into a baking tray and fucking no. Forget the bag. You don't need the bag. I am gonna grade this 0 out of 10. No, that would make it worse than Jamie Oliver's stuff. So I can't do that. No grade. And really quick, before I sign off, my Uncle Roger Cheapest Woman video did get demonetized, so I would greatly appreciate it if you hit like, subscribe, left a comment below. It helps me so much on the YouTube algorithm. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Remember, don't be afraid to fail because it can only make you stronger. Maybe not for this guy, but doesn't matter. And with that said, I am Chef Brian Tsao, not your typical chef, and I'll see you really soon.